Alright, this is Mr. Gillum, and today we're going to continue dividing fractions by fractions. And we're looking at an example in our practice and problem solving book on page 71. The example says, a construction company is building a fence that is 2/3 miles long. They can build 1/6 of a mile of the fence every hour. How many hours will it take them to complete the fence? So here's where the question actually ends right here. That section up here is the actual question. And we need to know how long it takes them to complete the fence. How many hours it will take. Okay, I know that they can build 1/6 of a mile every hour, and we need to build 2/3 miles of fence. So if I can figure out how many 1/6 miles fit into 2/3, then I know how many hours it takes to build 2/3 miles of fence. So the first thing they do in this example is they draw a picture to represent the problem. And so in this case, they draw a double number line. And we've used double number lines to solve division problems before. And we need to consider like where our number line needs to stop, or what is necessary for us to have in our number line. In this case, we're dealing with 2/3 and 1/6, which are both smaller than 1, the whole number 1. So it looks like they stopped their double number line at 1. The top is divided into 1/3 pieces because 2/3 represents how far they need to go. This is called the dividend. Okay, and that's the part that's being divided by. The bottom line is the divisor. Okay, and that's the number you're seeing how many times will fit into the dividend. So this is always the case when we've done the double number lines visually. So I see they're divided into 3 pieces, and on the top they've labeled 1/3 and 2/3, and on the bottom they've divided it into 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Each of those pieces is equal and they're spaced evenly, so I know that if you think about this, 1/6, 2/6, that is equivalent to 1/3. 3/6, 4/6, that is equivalent to 2/3. 5/6, and 6/6, which is equivalent to 1 whole. So this kind of goes back to your equivalent fraction knowledge. Those are equivalent. So if I look at this diagram, I know that 2/3 is when the mile is built. So I can count 1, 2, 3, 4/6 will fit into 2/3. So it will take 4 hours. 4 1/6 pieces fit in, and for each 1/6 piece, an hour goes by. So that's one way you could do it using the picture. You could also use a division equation if we need to know how many 1/6 go into 2/3. This is called the dividend, in case you see that word, and this is called the divisor. And we know a keep, change, flip method, and we know that it works because multiplication and division are inverse operations. So we can keep the 2/3, change the division to multiplication, and flip or find the reciprocal of, or use the inverse fraction of 1/6, and then multiply straight across. 12/3, which is the same as 4. Now, as the numbers get bigger and you get older and the math becomes more difficult, these numbers won't always be so easy. So if you'd like to start developing a good habit now by reducing factors that you see they have in common, that's what I would do. I would cross out the 3 and the 6 and make it a 2, and know that when I multiply 2 times 2, we can skip straight to 4 if we cross reduce, or if we reduce above and below the fraction first. That keeps all the numbers smaller and easier to work with, and if you reduce all the factors before you multiply, you'll never have to reduce your answer. So we get 4 hours as our solution there as well. So there's your example. I hope that helps for your homework.